Look, the Chicago Bears just outsmarted the rest of the NFL. So hard waiting for the draft, but the Bears have outsmarted everyone, in my opinion. Free agency has set them up so perfectly in the draft to be there and truly take the best player available. What a good spot. And what's really picking up steam right now is the Bears actually going offense with 10th overall. And the player emerging is Penn State tight end Tyler Warren. I'm going to break this down in today's video. And it's while offensive and defensive line, they've been a popular mock pick at number 10 overall for Chicago. But new head coach Ben Johnson, he had something to say today, and he talked about adding more weapons around second-year quarterback Caleb Williams in this draft, and it certainly sounds like the Bears are interested in Warren. I'm just going to go directly by what he said today at the NFL owners meeting in Florida. The guy's the definition of a football player. And Johnson actually talked about an instance where the Bears, they were talking about the potential in this offense. And they had a meeting. It included GM Ryan Poles, Assistant GM Cunningham, Senior Director of Player Personnel Jeff King. Man, this is a big meeting. D Coordinator Dennis Allen and Offensive Coordinator Declan Doyle. And they got together to talk about the 20 to 30 best prospects in this draft. And Johnson talks about when it was time to talk about Tyler Warren, the biggest reaction was from defensive coordinator Dennis Allen, surprisingly. And it just really sounds like just a really big endorsement of the Bears taking Tyler Warren at 10th overall. So let's talk about that. This is him talking about Dennis Allen's reaction. Tyler got up there on the board, and to me, what I'll always remember is Dennis Allen speaking up about how much of a headache it would be to go against a player like that. Not only is he a tenacious football player, but he blocks, he runs hard, but the fact that you can actually put him in the backfield or do some wildcat with him, we felt like that was kind of unique. So look at the language that he's using here. He's talking about tenacity. He's talking about a player who blocks, a player who runs and plays hard. That's exactly what Ben Johnson is outlining, not only for the offensive line, we've heard that a lot, but also this mentality of no block, no rock. This is exactly the type of offensive player he wants for this team, and it looks like he sees it in Tyler Warren. So once again, the Bears can literally take the best player available, but the nice thing too, we've got those 2 early second-round picks that we can pivot and hedge our bets really, really easily. So this doesn't preclude us working on the trenches. Everybody chill. And so let me know what your thought on Tyler Warren is. Better yet, leave it in the comments. Do you like Tyler Warren as the 10th pick overall for the Bears? And if not, tell me your favorite player that you want to see on this team. Can't wait to interact with you. And while you're at it, like and subscribe. I would love to have you as a part of this family. So let's kind of look at his record-setting college performance at Penn State. And it really shows his versatility as both a receiver and a blocker. Just a really strong draft candidate for the Chicago Bears in this draft. So let's kind of go by the numbers. We're looking last year. Let's focus on that. 104 receptions for 1,233 yards, 8 touchdowns in 2024. And actually, the guy was a threat out of the backfield. He rushed for 218 yards, 4 touchdowns on 26 carries. And he also, here's the thing that people aren't talking about. The guy forced 19 missed tackles. That ranks second among tight ends with 25 plus targets. He's playing in an elite conference, so the competition is what it should be. And he also created 13 contested catches. That ranks third among all tight ends in the country. I have it up there, and you guys see something else that's really telling. Just scheduled for a top 30 visit. That's something that's really indicative of what players a team's actually giving lip service to or what players teams are actually serious about. The Bears are serious about Tyler Warren. And to further illustrate the seriousness of this, Sam Laporta from the Lions, huge weapon in Ben's old team. You guys know that. Sam himself had a few things to say that makes going with the tight end even more of a possibility. And Laporta recently spoke with Kay Adams. He discussed his former OC and not only saying that he's happy for Johnson, but how they're kind of frenemies now. So, of course they are. So this is straight from Sam Laporta. Of course, I'm happy for Ben. He was one of the big reasons that they brought me into the Lions. Nothing but respect for him. I'm going to talk about that. On Sunday afternoons this fall, there will be friends turned enemies. It hurts, of course. You spend a lot of time with these people, invest a lot of energy, effort, and hard work together. You're excited that he's going to run his own team. It's very exciting times for him, but it's very exciting times for us as well as we turn to our new coaching staff. So I think this is really telling if you kind of sift through it. Ben Johnson has a ton to say as the head coach so far as our personnel decisions. Obviously, he's going to hold a ton of sway during this upcoming draft. Top 30 visit now, on top of his ringing endorsement during the owners meeting, the team meetings right now. Is it owners or teams meeting? You guys will correct me on that. But Laporta is also recognizing Johnson, who is the main guy who insisted that the Lions draft him. And, people repeat patterns. People have a certain type of team makeup that they like. And you're looking at Cole Kmet, too. He's a team captain. Only 47 catches for 4 scores. A special teams player of the week. That was a lot of fun, right? But you're looking at Shane Waldron refusing to use his top players in the outset. And then once he did, it would just turn into a train wreck. You guys know I don't have to detail it, but Coach Ben Johnson, he features the tight end in his offenses. Now, he's also said this offense is going to be built from the studs out as well, not just plop down the Lions playbook in front of new players. Would Warren be a part of something different? The Bears can literally go best player available here. Free agency moves allowed. That just really nice job. Literally any position is possible. Tyler Warren looks like an absolute beast at his position. Would the Bears actually do this? By his actions, it looks like Tyler Warren, he believes that the Bears will as well, because a lot of pundits have him as a top 5 prospect overall in this draft class, and Warren seems to think that the Bears are interested because the kid didn't work out at all during his pro day. That's kind of unusual. Instead, he's only having private workouts with a few select teams, and it's the teams picking between 7 and 14. The guy knows he's going to go early. We've got the Jets, the Bears, and the Colts were 3 of the teams named. And now it looks like the New Orleans Saints are peppered in, both LA teams. But the Colts seem to be the cutoff because they have a really big need at tight end. And if Warren's there, they're definitely going to take him. So kind of 14 is the cutoff. But if Warren is the eventual replacement, or if he will run in tandem with Kmet, that's something that's still kind of up for decision, right? Up for speculation, right? Because maybe Ben Johnson, with the defensive, the hard defense, the running game becoming more in vogue, maybe he's willing to go old school in another position at tight end. I mean, we've got some old school Gronk and Hernandez to refer back to. We've got some Vernon Davis and Delaney Walker. Like, that worked for the Niners, right? Johnson's a student of the game. And like I said, the league has already done a little tweak back to the past, going back to the higher value of the running game. That's with Philly being the first team in recent memory to win a championship with a 1,000-yard rusher. Of course, that's Saquon Barkley. Maybe Johnson can bring the tight end back in vogue as well. Running Kmet and Warren, 2 huge weapons along with DJ and Odunze, add in a dynamic running game. Draft a running back at some point in this crazy deep class to pair with these 2 tight ends and these 2 stud wide receivers. Try not to get too excited, but there is so much room to draft Warren, a running back later. Maybe even like the 3rd round, and still work on the trenches with our 2 second-rounders as well. I mean, there's just tons of possibilities. Let's first look at what he did last year one more time. Tyler Warren, standout season in 2024. 104 passes for 1,233 yards, 8 touchdowns, blocks his butt off, and also was a threat in the running game. He could be a huge weapon for Ben Johnson in this offense, just like what he had with Sam Laporta in Detroit. And we've also got so much offensive stability built in. We've got another pretty good tight end and team captain. I think it's a nice get. You guys let me know if you think that is what the Bears should do, because there's a lot of other options at number 10 overall. I think the top guys are Graham. You've got Will Campbell. You've got a running back. Take your pick. Ashton Jeanty might be a pipe dream. I think he's going to the Vegas Raiders. You might be sitting there with Tyler Warren, and I think it's a really good place to be. You guys let me know. Bear down. I will be back here tomorrow, and I'm sure you guys will be too. See you later.